Welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome. Today's video is going to be the first in what I hope becomes a regular series, and it's called Is It Worth It? So there's a lot of high-end products out there, high-end makeup, and I know if some of you are like me, you are constantly wondering, is it worth it? You see people haul it, you see YouTubers haul it, you see YouTubers get it, you see YouTubers listed in their favorites, but then you wonder, what do they continue to think about it? Do they really start liking it? Do they really keep liking it? Is it something that they reach for regularly, or is it something that, unfortunately, finds its way to the back of the drawer and just kind of sits there? So this is something that I've been thinking about for a while, and it's something that I think about with my own products. So what I plan to do is I plan to go through my own products and really use them. Use them for a solid week, use them for, days on days, and see exactly what I think about those products. And then come on here and tell you what are the pros, what are the cons, is it truly worth it, and who is it worth it for? Because let's be honest, we're all different. My makeup collection is not the same size as your makeup collection, and everything varies, different people's opinions vary, and I want to tell you for what specific person do I think a product would work for. So for the first one of these that I'm going to do, and the reason I am on here with just foundation and bronzer and concealer is because I'm actually going to use this product. I'm going to put this product on. I am going to show you how I use it now, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts on it and who I think it would be good for. So the first product in this series is the Kevyn Aucoin Contour Book. And I believe this is it's the Contour Book Volume 2, The Art of Sculpting and Defining. And it looks like this. I don't want to blind you, but it looks like this. What the palette has in it is it has two contour shades. The shades are the same, but one is a cream contour and one is a powder contour. Now, Kevyn Aucoin is famous for their sculpting powder. They have a fantastic sculpting powder. They also are famous for their highlight. They have a gorgeous highlighter, and in this book you get the cream highlight and you get the powder highlight, along with 4 eyeshadow shades down here across the bottom. Now mine looks used because for the past week I have used this the entire week. Every time I've done my makeup, I have used this palette. So it's given me a really good idea on how I feel about this palette, what I think about it, and at the end of the video, I'm going to give you kind of my conclusions of what I think about this palette. But first, I want to show you, I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to show you how I have been using this palette all week to achieve a flawless look that is great for every day and really just looks like you are chic and you are ready to go out and conquer the world. So here we go. Okay, so we are now zoomed in, up close and personal. Like I said, I am wearing foundation. I have set my face. I have put concealer on. I have done bronzer. I bronzed my face up with the e.l.f. bronzer. And yes, that's Finley going crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. With the e.l.f. bronzer that I have just really been loving. I've been reaching for this all week as well. So the great thing about this palette is it has what I consider to be the star of the show, which is this sculpting powder right here. This sculpting powder, I think if you were to buy it by itself, it's around $44. This palette comes in at, I believe, $62. So for less than $20 more, you are getting the cream contour, you are getting a highlighter, you're getting a cream highlighter, and you're getting 4 eyeshadow shades. So you also have to think about that. If you are wanting to add this contour to your collection, it might be a good idea to spend a little more and get the palette. So take a Real Techniques contour brush, dip it in that sculpting powder, dab it off, and I would just use this to contour my face. Now that my face is contoured, I'm going to go in with a little blush. I'm not going to use the palette for blush. I really don't think that this palette is conducive for blush. There's this one kind of pinky shade there, but I don't really think that that's a good blush color. I'm going to reach for my Wet n Wild Color Icon in Rose Champagne, and I'm just using a Wet n Wild stippling brush, and I'm just going to put on some blush. Okay, now the blush is done, I'm going to start with my eyes. Now, you could definitely go into this palette and instantly start with your eye look. You could even, and I have done this before, you could even start by using this cream contour shade or even the cream highlight as the base for your eyeshadow. I'm actually not going to do that for this video. I'm going to show you the way I've been loving to wear this palette, and that is starting off with my Trish McEvoy 24-hour eyeshadow and liner stick in the color Topaz. And this is just a really pretty eyeshadow stick. It's kind of a bronzy color, and I'm just really focusing it on the crease and down on the lid. And I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to blend it out. I find that this just kind of gives my eyeshadow something to stick to, and it gives it kind of a base eye color. And as you can see, it's really pretty, so it's a great shade just to wear completely on its own. Also going to take that stick and take it underneath the bottom lashes. Okay, now that that first step is done, on to the palette. I'm going to take my Morphe M441, and I am actually going to go into this contour shade, the powder contour shade. I'm going to put it on my brush, tap it off, and I'm just going to put that in the crease. And I'm just kind of building up the crease. Now I'm going to take this Japanese 835 brush, and I'm going to go in with this color down here called Cool Tan. And I'm going to put that on my brush, and I'm just really going to focus that more in the crease. It's just a little bit darker than the color I went in with a minute ago. I just want to deepen up that crease some. And you can make this as dark or as light as you like. Now I'm going to take a Sigma E25, and I'm going to go in with this color, this darkest brown called Ruddy Earth. I'm going to put that on the brush. I'm going to tap it off, and I'm just going to build up that outer V. Go back with my Morphe brush and blend that out. I feel like this is a little bit darker than what I have been wearing, so I'm just going to kind of brush some of this shadow off with my finger. Now I want to focus on my lid, so I'm actually going to start with the Candlelight powder. This is the powder highlight, and I am going to use this flat brush by Sigma. This is the E55, and I'm going to take that on that brush, and I am just going to put that right there on the lid. It's very creamy. I'm going to go back in with my Morphe brush and blend out to make sure I don't have any harsh edges. I'm going to take that same flat brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Starlight. It's kind of a pinky, sparkly color, and I'm going to really pack that on the center of the lid. I'm going to line my waterline upper and lower with this Trish McEvoy eyeliner in the shade Deep Aubergine. Now I'm going to curl my eyelashes off camera, and then I'm going to come back and put on some mascara. And I'm using my Chanel Le Volume mascara. For highlight, and I'm going to go in with this gorgeous Candlelight powder. I'm going to put it on my brush, tap some off, and just dust the tops of my cheeks. Tip of my nose and down my nose. So now I'm going to jump off camera, pop on some lipstick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Got the lipstick on, and this is just a neutral lipstick from MAC that I have pretty much been wearing all week. So this is the look that I have been doing and I've been wearing all week, and I have been achieving it with this contour book by Kevyn Aucoin. So let's talk about, is this worth it? Do you need this contour book? Okay, so do you need a contour color? Are you in the market for a very good high-end contour powder? You want a specific contour powder. I think if you are looking for a high-end contour powder, Kevyn Aucoin is the way to go. Now I will say this, part of me wishes I just had the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder by itself. It would be much easier to travel with. I wouldn't have to take this entire book with me. I could just take that. It would be easier. But I will say that the other part of me purchased this book for travel, because I was like, I was thinking the whole time, you can get an entire look out of this book. And I just showed you how you can achieve that. Other than having a separate bronzer, mascara, eyeliner, blush, of course your powder, your foundation, your concealer, but everything else can be achieved with just this book. So if you're someone who is a minimalist and you like a neutral eyeshadow, now let's talk about that specifically, because these shades are cool to neutral. They are really, you're not really going to achieve a warm look. I mean, you got this Ruddy Earth, which is a little bit warmer, but mostly you are achieving a neutral to cool tone look with this palette. Now, if you wanted to try a warm tone, you could use some sort of warmer cream shadow. The color that I used from Trish McEvoy was very cool, or I would say more neutral than cool, really. But if you wanted to try it to make it go a little bit more warm, you could try that. I haven't done that, I will admit. When I grab this palette, I am looking for a neutral eye. I am looking for more of a cooler brown eye. But if that is what you are looking for, this palette is great. Also, if you are what I consider a minimalist, meaning you don't want a lot of products, you want exactly what you need, I think this is hands down definitely worth it. I think this is less worth it for someone like me who has tons of eyeshadow palettes, tons of single eyeshadows, who has separate contouring books, who really just, I think for someone like me, it would be better for me to have just gotten the single sculpting powder, because I don't have a single sculpting powder. I have palettes, a contour, but I don't just have a single one. So for me, it's not really necessarily worth it. Am I glad that I have it? I'm really glad that I have it now that I've used it for a week, but I will say it has been in the back of my drawer. It's been sitting there. This video caused me to think about it and to get it out and use it for a solid week. I have loved it this week. I've loved this look. I have done a few different variations, but mostly it's this. I've used a couple of different shimmer shades from different palettes on my lid. For today's look, I wanted to really just stick with this palette to show you what you could achieve with this palette and this palette alone. So let's kind of recap. So if you are a minimalist and you are wanting like a one-stop shop and this is all you want, this is absolutely worth it. 100% worth it. You've got your contour, your highlight, and your eyeshadows all in one. This is the way to go. If you're someone like me that has way more products, this might not be the best way to go. But if you are wanting to invest in, I mean, this isn't cheap. This is either $62 or $65. I'll have the information listed below. But if this isn't cheap, but if you are wanting to invest in good makeup, Kevyn Aucoin is great. These eyeshadows are wonderful. They blend great. There's very little fallout. I can't really recommend them more. So it's just thinking about what actually you want. Now, if you are not going to contour, if you are not looking at contouring, this might not be the way for you to go because you can't really bronze up your skin with these shades. These are perfect sculpting shades because they are cooler toned. It's a beautiful highlight. It's beautiful eyeshadow. You can definitely use this as an eyeshadow, but I don't think that I would purchase this if you are not wanting to actually contour your face. But if you're wanting to contour your face and you're not wanting to have a whole lot of products, this is the way to go. So I would definitely say that it is worth it. So yeah, that is this video. I hope you all liked it. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some more videos like this. I've got a list of products. I'm going to look at some Tom Ford stuff, eyeshadow and lipstick to see if they really are worth it. And I'm going to be looking at some Charlotte Tilbury and some of my other palettes. And if you have some ideas, please let me know in the comments below. I will certainly purchase some things for this, but I'm going to try to get through the products that I currently have to see what I think about those products and kind of give you my opinion on them and who they might be good for. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. And yeah, so I hope this video finds you doing great. Hope you are having a fantastic day and a great week, and I will see you all soon. Bye, y'all.